Well, we got somebody up here that wants to take my job already, so the national champions have arrived. Second time in 3 years that the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats are the Division II national champions. A couple quick notes. For Northwest, they become the 5th team to go undefeated and win the national championship. Last team to do that was Findlay in 2009. 38 wins ties the record for consecutive wins with that Findlay team from 2009. For those that weren't here a few moments ago, the attendance today, 4269, put us at 18,870. Most attended Elite Eight since going to one site in 1989, and it's the largest overall since 1971. So a lot of people came to watch these guys play some basketball. Coach, we'll let you open it up for opening comments, and then we'll start taking some questions.
Yeah. First off, the city of Evansville and everyone responsible for putting this event on. I loved having the hotel right across the way where you just walk over. Hotel was fantastic. Accommodations were fantastic, as always. I think that sometimes event organizers and runners can be taken for granted, but we don't take that for granted. The fact that it was first class all the way, everything was super organized. It made it feel like it was, the national championship, and we definitely appreciate that. Point Loma, it's difficult to make it this far and come up on the short end, but they don't have anything to hang their heads about. I thought they battled, they competed against us probably as good as anybody has all season, and a couple balls bounce our way. What we hit a half quarter darn near, and then that one at the end of the deal, and there's your 6 points, and that's why tournaments are so difficult to win. For us, who does that? Who goes? What are we? 37, 38-0, something like that. Won a national title, starting 2 true freshmen and a sophomore. Probably got destroyed our first scrimmage. Lost 4 starters from a team that probably could have won a national title. I am the beneficiary of a lot of good people in my program. When we took the job, it would have been when I was 27, 28, somewhere in that range. Our number one objective was to get as many good people in or associated with our program. We already had a fantastic administration, fantastic other coaches up there, which creates such a positive environment. We needed to make sure that we got those kind of kids, managers, student assistants, graduate assistants, and I always say this is the result of what everybody in the past has done and what our kids have done this season, carrying on that culture. I'm probably talking too long, but I'm going to say one more thing.
You're fine, Coach. Take your time.
Yep. Everybody says your last game, last game of the season. For me, and the way we run our program, it wasn't a last game. The way we try to run it is that the culture kind of continues itself, and it's just going to continue to build on itself. And the kids that graduate, I think that when kids graduate, they should want for the success of the program more than what it was when they were here, because they made it better when they were here. And I think our program, all the way back to when I played, takes a lot of pride in that. And so it's going to continue. This isn't our last game, and we're going to continue our culture, continue to compete. And, we'll have practice tomorrow. So everyone's ready.
All right, we do have a microphone, so we'll open it up for questions. Like I said earlier, we're going to keep everybody here for the duration. We're not going to release the student athletes early. We'll keep everybody around. So questions for everybody up here on the dais?
I kind of over-talked, so no one's got questions. Colin, you can ask a question. Don't make it a bad one. John, you better be a good one.
Are we doing players first then?
Nope.
Oh, anyone?
Where do you want to go?
All right. Yeah, Coach, the big shot Joey makes, how big of a shot was that? And then, about that shot.
Which, the half-quarter Gardner,
Yeah.
the bank shot? Joey buckets. That's what he does. Get buckets. Yeah. I mean, he can't even walk, so it's not like it. No offense, Joey. I love him to death. I think he's the best player in D2, but you know, he's not overly athletic anyway, so it didn't really bother him. No offense, Joe. None taken, I'm sure.
Up here in the front.
Diego, you got some minutes on Hummus there. He's 6'8", you're 6 foot. Just what were the keys to slowing him down the best you could, though?
Don't let him sweep baseline. He's going to hit tough shots, like Coach said. We just try to make it tough and just try to corral him the best we could.
Diego, after the game, you shared a very special moment with your entire family. It seemed pretty emotional. What was that feeling like to be able to share that moment with them?
It was a good feeling knowing that all the traveling my parents do and all the money and stuff that they have to spend, that it finally paid off, that we got the national championship.
Coach, we've talked about before, you guys were close, losing in the Sweet 16 to eventual national champions. Now you've won 2 out of the last 3. What do you think was the biggest key in getting the program over the hump to where you are now?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a different level of hunger that comes from being able to win it. I think that, you know, so you get into that Sweet 16 game, you just have to give a little bit more, meaning good's, I guess, the enemy of great, essentially. And so before that 17 team, we really made preseason even more difficult than it was. And so our objective was, hey, we're done being good. We want to be great. And I thought that since then we've been much better. But, you know, again, it's really people. Like, it's so people. Like, it's the kids. It's the players. I got tough kids. Like, I just get to enjoy that. And I genuinely mean that. It's just, I get to enjoy the kids and how hard they compete. It's, you know, I'm just, again, the beneficiary.
Joey, that shot that beat the buzzer to go in, and they're similar to one Trevor had in the regional, I guess, did you realize how big of a shot that was when you made it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we went into a timeout almost right after that, or close to it, and I think everyone started to kind of feel like, all right, we got some momentum, let's, you know, get a couple stops, and, you know, this is our moment to really, you know, build a little bit of a lead and just play as hard as we could. So, you know, sometimes you just get lucky.
Joey, can you just describe the moment and obviously how tough of a week was this for you, really battling that injury, but you guys still get it done?
Yeah, this is everything that I wanted and that this team wanted and stuff. You know, this community and school has meant everything to me, and you know, our training staff is amazing, and they're working with me all week, you know, 24/7, just trying to get me better and stuff. So they're amazing, and again, just the amount of work that we put in this year and showing up every day to practice, wanting to get better and wanting to learn. You know, it's just a really special team, and you know, we had a lot of guys step up this year and this tournament, and it just shows how special this group is.
Joey, transferring in 2 years ago, just what's it mean to have this moment now? And I thought you might be able to get it last year, and now to get it as a senior, just what's that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that a lot of the hard work pays off. And again, this school has meant everything to me. You know, it truly changed my life, and people are just so amazing in that community. And you know, some of my best friends are now from this school. So, you know, winning this national championship, it's just such a great feeling, and you know, everything that I ever wanted.
Joey, while they said no, yeah, Mike back there, talk about these two young guys right next to you, and you know, especially Trevor and the performance he's had this week, especially with you being banged up a little bit.
Yeah, these two guards here, they're amazing. I mean, you know, Trevor played amazing this whole tournament, this whole year really, and for them to both be freshmen, the maturity that they show out there, it's incredible. You don't see that often from freshmen, so they're truly amazing. And again, it goes back to practice each day, them willing to learn and willing to grow and wanting to get better. You know, they continue to do that every single day, and you know, they're going to get even better and better.
Trevor, last year you were a red shirt on the bench, and now you're the most outstanding player and a national champion. Just what are you feeling right now?
I'm speechless. I'm still speechless about the natty, but it all comes back
It's
to
right in front of your face, and
yeah.
just
I know.
staring at
I
you.
know. I
Old
don't know
girl
what
is
to
talking
do.
to you, isn't she?
Okay, I'm sorry.
You tell her hi. Treat her
Hey.
nice.
But honestly, our team is just family to me. I think we love each other. We play for each other. We trust the process. We listen to Mac.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hawkins doesn't.
Sometimes. We just buy in.
But I still love
I think we just buy into the system and the process, and we just take off from there.
Trevor, well, obviously when you were a senior in high school, coming into Northwest just after they had won a national championship, how much did that play a factor in you wanting to go to Northwest, and maybe how surreal is it that it's right there in front of you so early in your career?
Yeah, it kind of played a factor just a little bit. But just watching them play in the championship game last year or 2 years ago was just amazing. I saw them fly around on defense, and then you all know who Justin Pitts is. And I watched him, and I said, wow, he's really good. And then I saw the offense, what Max runs, and I just loved it. I was a ball screen guy pretty much my whole life, and coming here, ball screens, and I just bought in, and here it is.
Coach, you were able to give Hummus some different looks tonight. Using Diego, using Ryan, and using Kirk, just talk to how important it was to kind of give them different things to go against.
Well, we wanted to start kind of Welty on him, and then he got 2 foul troubles. I thought Welty's length would have bothered him quite a bit. But then we switched to, I think, Diego after that. And, you know, Diego just kind of wills himself to defensive stops. You know, it's just, he's going to turn it into a fist fight. And then Kirk is probably a mixture of the two. He's got length, and then he's also pretty tough, kind of gets underneath of him. So, yeah, the more looks, I thought, the better. We got tough kids that were able to do that. You know, we were trying to get him to hit tough shots. I mean, that's what we were trying to do. So we didn't want him to make anyone else better. If we could make sure that they didn't make each other better, which 5 assists, that was the objective. And because I thought they had too good of players to start letting everybody get going. So, you know, if you don't let them make each other better, then, you know, hopefully, I thought, you know, number 1 is fantastic, and then obviously 34 is as good as there is, and, you know, we just want to make it tough on both of them.
Coach, we asked you, seemed like each week, to kind of reflect on kind of certain milestones throughout the year. Now that you've finished a perfect season, now that you've had all those milestones, can you reflect now on what a special season this has been for you guys and for you?
Yeah, a little bit. It's hard because you get so processed, and then it's hard sometimes for a coach to enjoy. But yeah, I mean, you kind of have to understand how much work is involved for these kids. You know, these two are 18 and 19 years old, and then, you know, it gets up to 22, 23. Playing in front of in a big-time environment against big-time teams, and coming to practice every single day. And I'm not exactly easy to play for. Let's just put it like that. So I'm on their butts all the time, making sure that I get them, especially these two. They get a lot of me. And for a freshman to be able to handle that and kind of lead us that direction is pretty special, because I even see Joey probably agree with me. I mean, to start, the first 2 scrimmages, you know, it'd be like, man, I don't know. I don't know how our guards are going to be. I'm not sure. You know, I knew they'd be fantastic eventually, but to do it that quickly, I mean, that's. I mean, Diego's a true freshman, and he's a redshirt freshman. I mean, they're national champions. They're 38-0. Like, that's consistency at its finest from those 2, and obviously the whole team. But anyway, reflecting on it, sorry, I get off track. Yeah, it's just the sacrifices that my family makes, the sacrifices that our whole administration makes, the sacrifices that everybody makes for our success does not go unnoticed. It doesn't get appreciated like it should, but it doesn't go unnoticed. And that's what I reflect on most, is like, man, I can't believe they did that for me. I can't believe that, hey, they got, you know, my manager gets me coffee every day. I can't believe that, just all the little things that guys do to make your life easier. It's just like, man, these guys are special people.
All right, we have time for one more question.
Coach, what will you remember the most about this team?
I probably have to get past today to remember it. We have 11 dudes. We got 11 guys. We barely scrounged enough to get past Mercyhurst. And then Diego probably could have played against Mercyhurst. I go back to that, like, almost sick, like, holy cow, what if we would have lost them because they didn't play Diego, but I just didn't want him to actually tear it. And then I saw him guard Xavier Kurth, and Xavier Kurth can't go by anybody anyway, but he guarded him in shoot-around. And I was like, man, I think he's ready to go. So we're like, okay, let's put him in for a minute spell. And then once he went in for a minute spell, it was like turned into 36-minute spell real quick. He didn't practice for a week. So what was the question? Their consistency. Yeah, the ability to stay consistent, the fun that they have. Like, they are fun. Like, they goof around, probably to a fault sometimes. But this morning I didn't see a lot of goofing around. I'll tell you that much right now. There was some concentration this morning. The fun that they have. Like, they're just goofy. They're always in a good mood. They're always fun to be around. Every time I see them at practice, it's like, man, I love seeing these guys. That's why I coach, is to coach kids like this. And obviously win games like this.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for the time. It's been a lot of fun watching you guys play this week. Oh, you can absolutely. Oh, yeah, definitely. You guys can take those. Travel safely back to Missouri, and once again, the national champions.